The 2022 NASCAR Cup schedule consists of 28 different racetracks, and today we're going to take a look at a random crash from each track from Texas Motor Speedway to Homestead. This is a part 2, so check out part 1 if you haven't already, and also make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this.
These cars really have started to slip and slide during this run.
Tire trouble there, it looks like, for the 43.
Oh,
and just nowhere to go.
And Carl, you know you can't cut that thing to the left. You're committed to the high side. There just was no way for Cook to make his way under Jeb.
It's kind of a D-cell area, too. There's just nothing you can do.
Jeb Burton blew a tire on the exit of turn 2. Ross Chastain did a great job to only make slight contact with Jeb, but Blake Cook wasn't as fortunate and slammed into the back of Burton. Jeb was only racing 11 races for Richard Petty Motorsports, but this would end up being the last Xfinity effort RPM would put together.
Knock that wall down right here now. Hard hit.
AJ was career best finish last week. Got a great run a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, big kill.
In a one-off appearance for Michael Waltrip Racing, AJ Allmendinger wasn't able to make the most of it after wrecking only 54 laps into the race. AJ bounced between two cars, then shot straight into the outside wall. AJ had previously been racing for Red Bull, but was dropped after the 29th race of the season.
Upsets these cars. It upsets them arrow-wise, and also as you jerk the wheel, you just lose control easily.
Carl Edwards, can he make it stick on the outside? Brad thought he had the best car all night. Took the inside line in the restart. This is going to be down to the wire. Oh, they touched. He spun out. Carl gets into Keselowski. Carl Edwards will win.
Checker flag. You are the man. He deserves it. Good job.
I just hope Keselowski's okay here. That was a hard hit, guys. That was ugly.
Direct behind you. Just slow it down. Slow it down. There's a big wreck here.
Big contact on Keselowski as the other cars racing to the finish came to the line.
In the midst of a vicious rivalry between Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski, this may have been the height of it. They were side by side coming to the line, but Edwards clipped Keselowski's right rear and turned him head-on into the wall. After sliding down the track, Brad took several vicious hits. Many people were frustrated about this move from Carl, but NASCAR didn't penalize him or intervene whatsoever.
So Terry Labonte is and Derek Cope has gone up over the tire barrier, up over a bank, and the Fingerhut Ford.
Oh my goodness.
That is a wild ride. Full course caution is out once again.
Initially, Derek Cope appeared to have a scary crash, but the replay revealed a more horrifying crash. Cope and John Krebs were fighting side by side, then the two made contact and sent Krebs flipping end over end. Krebs made a career racing in the Winston West Series and raced in the Cup Series for 15 years, making only 1 to 2 starts a season, predominantly on the road courses. This race at Sonoma was the last start of his Cup Series career.
We've got a crash out on the track. Another tough break for Ricky Stenhouse. This team has been struggling. They are not even in the top 30 in points for Roush Fenway Racing, and now he is in the wall. He was running 20th at the time, and look at the damage on that City Financial Ford.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. already had some damage and was trying to get to pit road when Joe Nemechek ran into the back of him. Stenhouse spun around and made hard contact with the outside wall. Ricky's 2010 season was off to a terrible start, having a best finish of 25th after the first 5 races. He put together a couple of top 5 finishes before DNQing at the second Nashville race, then missed the following 2 races.
He gives him a push, but can't make the move. Has a little racing room underneath Cole Custer now. Christopher Bell will try to lock down second, but nice corner for Custer.
I thought Tim did a great job of kind of staying in the middle of the racetrack there. Had both of them up. Got Ryan Reed off the track.
Ryan Reed took himself out of the race early by turning straight into Brandon Jones. Reed's 2018 season was the most recent effort in the Xfinity Series, and it didn't go too well. Despite Chris Buescher's championship season with the team in 2015, there had been a noticeable decline in Roush's Xfinity program. Reed has stuck to the sport by the skin of his teeth, running a truck race in 2019 for DGR and 3 races in 2021 for Races Sorelli and GMS.
What's going on? We have a spin on the back straightaway.
Big contact, yep.
Could be a backup car for sure.
Absolutely true. That is a 24 of Dylan Lupton. He's had hard contact.
Super loose when I was trying to slow.
Dylan Lupton had one of the hardest hits possible at New Hampshire during qualifying in 2017. He lost it all by himself and hit the inside wall a ton. Lupton had probably his best chance at NASCAR in 2017, making 14 starts in the Xfinity Series. He's been able to hang around the sport in a small capacity in the last few years, making 7 combined starts in trucks and Xfinity in 2021, but hasn't made a start in 2022 and has no confirmed plans.
Knowing there's a lot of options on this racetrack when you go to strap in tomorrow.
Now we got the big wreck. Todd.
Big wreck with Todd Bodine into the wall. Coming off of turn number 1, it looks like he hits the inside wall. And we're hearing that potentially he was involved with the 32.
30 of Nelson Piquet Jr. is what we're hearing. Possible contact there.
Todd Bodine made an aggressive block on Nelson Piquet Jr., but it didn't pay off. Bodine spun across the nose of Piquet's car and hit the inside wall hard. After Bodine's championship run with Germain Racing in 2010, he wasn't able to pick up a single win the following year, which ended up being Germain's last season in the Truck Series after they shifted their focus to a full-time Cup Series entry. This was the end of a legendary partnership between team and driver, where Bodine scored 21 of Germain's 22 victories as a truck team. Coincidentally, Todd scored only 1 win at Red Horse Racing, bringing his truck career total wins to 22 as well.
5 and turn 6.
All of that contact between the 2 leaders is allowed. Watch it. Oh, the 24 is spinning. The 24's, there's like multiple cars into the wall here. There must be oil or some kind of fluid down on the racetrack right there in turn. We got more cars coming in.
William Byron is reporting that the curb came up. He hit the curb in the 24. Yep.
One of the most bizarre and humiliating incidents in NASCAR's history happened in the first race at the Indianapolis road course. Debris showered the racetrack as the curb came up, tearing up the bottoms of cars and causing this massive pileup. Joey Logano got the worst of it, slamming head-on into the tire barrier.
We got a couple of guys.
Jeff Gordon, one of them, and also Trevor Bayne. And actually, not Trevor Bayne, the 51 of Bobby Labonte.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of damage on that 24 car, as you can see in the left front.
Bobby Labonte's one-off appearance with James Finch didn't go as planned. After spinning out, Jeff Gordon drove into him, ending Labonte's day after 5 laps. He had previously driven for Finch in 2010 for 14 races in various cars. It's crazy how Labonte and Gordon peaked at roughly the same time, but how short Labonte's prime was. Between 1995 and 2003, Labonte earned all 21 of his career victories and raced up until 2016. Gordon was able to win until the day he retired.
Team involved. Looks like Kyle Busch might have been at the front end of that. Tommy Dreese in the 14.
And this is so fast and so narrow, Rick. This is what happens. There's just no...
Just 17 laps into the race, this big one happened in an unexpected part of the track. The wreck started with Todd Bodine's hard hit, then his car coming across the track. Kyle Busch, who started from the rear, was caught up in the crash and his day was over. Another driver that was collected was 57-year-old Tommy Dreese, who competed at road courses in the Cup and Xfinity Series between 2010 and 2018. Tommy's had an interesting story, but didn't make his professional racing career debut until 41 years old in the Trans Am Series. He went on to win several races in many classes of sports cars and the 2009 Trans Am Championship.
Is going to take care of business here. Oh, and Myatt Snyder is going around and some contact with that inside wall.
You're rolling, bring it to us.
Myatt Snyder was racing for 14th when he made contact with Noah Gragson and spun out, collecting the inside wall. Snyder struggled early in his career to find a stable home and bounced around lower divisions between 2015 and 2018 until he went overseas in 2019 to compete in the NASCAR Euro Series. In 2020, he found a full-time ride in NASCAR for the first time, a Richard Childress Racing entry in the Xfinity Series. He struggled but showed a lot of improvement in 2021, but unfortunately lost his ride and now races for Jordan Anderson. The equipment isn't the best, but has managed to score 3 top 10 finishes in the last 6 races, and has the season best 2nd place last time out in Portland.
Oh, took a peek there around Ryan Newman, and
there's no real estate.
Oh man, he again. Holy Toledo. Well, you hit those turtles and you literally fly in the air.
For some reason, NASCAR thought it would be a great idea to add a tire barrier at the exit of the chicane the first time out at the Charlotte Roval. Several drivers had issues throughout the weekend clipping the barrier, but Jones' crash was the breaking point. After just missing the apex of the turn and overshooting by a couple of feet, Eric's car was totaled. Luckily, NASCAR moved the barrier back for the race. Imagine how bad of a crash there could have been during the race if there was an incident like this.
He'll have him. Can Larry Pearson go with him? What's going to happen here?
That comes
they all wrecked.
The all-top Jarrett comes Dale around. Jarrett is going to come home. The top 3 are in the wall. Dale Jarrett coming to the line. This is going to bring out the caution.
The first ever race at Homestead did not disappoint. The top 3 were nose to tail on the last lap and crashed out in turn 3. Larry Pearson got into the back of Hermie Sadler, and both of them went up the track and collected Kenny Wallace, who was on the outside of the pair. As they hit the outside wall, it appeared that Wallace might flip over, but luckily stayed right side up. Dale Jarrett, who was cruising along in 4th, was able to steal the win away. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. I hope you did enjoy. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.